Having a brother or sister who is born different poses special problems in a family, but it can also create a unique bond between siblings. You'll never see that more beautifully portrayed than in Bob Brown's touching story.
They're from the same family in this Seattle suburb, but they exist in different dimensions. 16-year-old Melissa is a straight-A student. 13-year-old Brandon is autistic. It makes coming of age together as sister and brother an immensely more complicated relationship.
Can I play upstairs?
Play upstairs? I thought you were playing with me.
You have different voices for different situations. If he's having a tantrum or something, you can't go in there like you would to a typically developing sibling and say, you stop that, or you're going to your room, or something like that. To say, Brandon, you know, calm down. Why are you doing this? It's time to stop.
Brandon's autism means he is walled off emotionally for reasons that are still a mystery, that he cannot master many basic social skills.
What makes Melissa funny when she's funny?
He may simply wander during conversations, for instance, without making eye contact. Their mother remembers that the care Brandon needed raised the first issues that siblings like these face. Who gets the attention, and how can a family find time for other things?
When Melissa saw other families, you know, just pick up and go on the weekend, you know, we weren't able to do that.
There were all these therapists and just people calling nonstop, and I didn't get why there wasn't time to go out on the weekends anymore. There wasn't time to do this, there wasn't time to do that, because everybody was so busy with Brandon. And I didn't really get that.
Melissa's sense of protectiveness towards Brandon began to develop when their parents were divorced.
I remember him being scared a lot of the time. He would ask where Mommy was, where Daddy was, whenever we switched houses. And that's kind of when it changed. That's when I kind of figured, you know, gotta watch out. Be careful with him. I don't want to say that I would die for Brandon because that sounds corny, but I think I probably would.
Siblings are people for whom diversity training begins at a very early age.
Don Meyer founded an organization called Sib Shops to give kids like Melissa a place to talk about their experiences. Melissa began attending these meetings when she was 12.
I'm Christian, I'm 14. My brother is Richard, and he has childhood schizophrenia.
These people all know what I'm talking about.
He has cerebral palsy.
They had everybody stand up and say, you know, hi, this is my name, my sibling has.
My brother Jason has autism. I'm 16.
I'm like, hey, I know what that is.
Melissa has a lot of company. Among the millions of Americans who are affected by disabilities, it's estimated that more than 4 million have a brother or sister who, like Brandon, is developmentally disabled in language or learning, or simply in the ability to care for themselves.
When kids get to the preteen and early teen years, when they just want to be like everybody else, and you have a brother that has autism and some fairly interesting behavior, that can bring you a lot of unwanted attention.
Patty cake, spin around twice.
Have you ever been offended by the way people reacted to him?
Yes, I have issues with the word retard. I don't know why, because technically Brandon isn't mentally retarded. And one day this kid at school kept saying it to me just to annoy me. And I actually ran up to him and I chased him down the hallway and I smacked him.
How old was she when she first started to try to explain to other people?
Oh my gosh, she was like 5.
Shelley remembers Melissa lecturing one shopper who was staring at Brandon in a supermarket.
And the lady behind us in line was looking at him, and the lady that was doing the cashiering was looking at him. And Melissa starts and she goes, oh, it's okay. You know, he's autistic. It's proprioceptive. It's kinetic. And I'm like...
This is a 5-year-old
yeah.
saying?
And I was like, yeah, Melissa, you go, girl.
In fact, siblings like Melissa, according to Don Meyer, are often high achievers and grow up faster. Brandon, like some autistics, stores in his brain enormous amounts of unstructured data and can reproduce musical notes after hearing them only once. In many ways, the two bring out the best in each other.
They are so charming. You know, I mean, even when they argue, it's funny because she understands him and he knows it.
And Melissa teaches others to see what she sees in Brandon, the charm when he plays a recital at the school he attends, and the bursts of humor. Do you know any jokes that can make me laugh?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Olive.
Olive who?
I'll love you, Bob, 'cause you're the best news valuer in the whole wide world.
You just figured out how to get on television.
And a lot of my friends and their siblings don't have those kinds of moments. Just knowing, oh wow, this is so cool that he's finally got this. He finally understands this. I never knew he knew that.
Melissa has an internet site designed to raise money for autism research. Her brother Brandon, she knows, represents a lifelong commitment.
Brothers and sisters have many, if not most, of the same issues that parents have. And they're going to have those issues for a longer period of time than even parents will. This is a relationship easily in excess of 65 years.
Have you thought ahead to later in your life what your responsibilities will be regards Brandon?
Yeah. I know that if I ever get married, I'm going to make sure that my husband's okay with that, and if he's not, then Brandon's more important to me than that is. I know that if the time does come when Brandon needs somewhere else to go, then it's going to be me, and I'm okay with that. I'm ready to accept that. I want that. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feelings.
I think he's taught her to think out of the box. Everything isn't going to go according to plan. It's like they kind of created their own world. You know, he took a little bit of his, and she took a lot of hers, and they just combined it to where Brandon's safe.